In today's video, I'm going to show you how to export a layer without its fill in Figma, something that's surprisingly useful when preparing icons, outlines, wireframes, or assets you want to recolor later. Most beginners don't realize you can export just the stroke or the outline of a layer while ignoring the fill completely, and doing it properly makes your exported graphics way cleaner and more flexible. Let's go step by step. Start by opening your Figma file and selecting the layer you want to export. This could be a shape, an icon, a frame, or even a vector you've drawn manually. The key thing is that the layer must have a fill applied, otherwise you won't be able to remove it. With the layer selected, look to the right-hand sidebar under the Design tab. You'll see two main styling sections, Fill and Stroke. The fill is what gives your layer its inside color, while the stroke controls the outline. For this tutorial, we want to export the object without the fill, meaning only the outline or stroke will show up in the final exported file. To remove the fill, simply click the eye icon next to the fill section or uncheck the fill box. The fill immediately turns off, leaving only the stroke visible. If you want a shape with no fill and no stroke, for example, when exporting just the mask or an invisible container, you can disable both, but most of the time, you'll want to keep the stroke on so the exported file has a visible outline. Now, with the fill turned off and the layer looking exactly the way you want, scroll down in the right-hand panel until you reach the Export section. Click the plus icon to add export settings. You can choose the file format depending on what you need. Typically PNG or SVG works best for outlines. PNG keeps the transparency intact, while SVG preserves the vector shape so it stays editable in other tools. Once you pick your format, double-check the preview. Figma will show you a small thumbnail representing exactly how the exported layer will look. Because you remove the fill, the export will only include the stroke or outline, which is exactly what we want. Click Export and Figma will download your file instantly. If you're exporting a vector outline, SVG is ideal because it produces a crisp, lightweight file without any background color. If you're exporting for screens or want a quick asset to use in another app, PNG works great. And here's a quick bonus tip. If your shape has multiple fills or complex layer styles, you may need to disable each fill individually. You can also use Boolean operations or outline stroke if you want to convert the stroke into a standalone vector before exporting. And that's it. Select the layer, remove the fill, go to export, and save your clean outline-only asset. It's a small trick, but it can make your icons, wireframes, and design assets so much cleaner and easier to reuse.